Sydney Sweeny is under hot water again. This time, not for something she said or wore, but for an ad. An American Eagle commercial, to be exact. One that starts off at a bit of a weird angle, if you ask me. She's talking about having good genes, quote unquote, which can sound, I guess, like kind of like a haha father pun joke. But then it kind of continues, and then she's like, "Oh, your genes get passed down from parent to child." Now, given that we don't exactly need the high school biology lesson, people are asking specifically what the goal of that line was, and is it just another cringe ad trying to be clever, or is there a weirder underbelly message going on? In addition to selling products, I think it's also important to remember that ads can reflect the culture of the times that they're being made, but more importantly, the culture that the people making them, the ads, want to create. Because obviously, they're made to sell to the masses, to the most people, and culture is made up of the people in a certain area or country or whatever. And the other thing that comes to ads as well is that they also can be kind of aspirational, right? In the sense of they'll say, if you buy this product, your life will be like this, which obviously makes sense because they want you to buy their product. So when you fast forward to today, right, you kind of still see the same thing, but now it's more from the perspective of this culture war where, we kind of decide who is considered to be beautiful or desirable and who. See, this is where Sydney Sweeny comes in, who, by the way, I have no real problem with. And in fact, I actually quite like her because she gave me one of my favorite rap songs of 2024. No, seriously, guys, this song is like really, really good. So I would definitely implore you to listen to it. And used as like a symbol of what beauty is ought to look like in these circles. So they don't really care about her as a person. They just see a attractive blonde white woman with big bazookas, and they're like, okay, no, this needs to be like our mascot, whether she asked to do it or not. And which might sound ridiculous, but you kind of look through some of these guys' posts, and you'll see nonsense like this. Like dudes who post cringe nonsense like this, and they'll talk about how they want to go back to a quote unquote better time. And also, just by the way, is the Ethiopian food that good? Kind of crazy, but yes, it is. By the way, it is. Just so you know. So I'm not gonna say that she outright endorses this, or I guess whatever the underlying message that some people have taken out of it. I'm also not gonna pretend like advertisers exist in a vacuum. They live in the same time that we are, and it's very obvious that conservatism is growing culturally, and blatant white nationalism is becoming more socially acceptable. So it wouldn't be a shocker if certain brands, I mean, for God's sakes, their name is American Eagle, and there's a ton of symbolism that you can look into with that alone, want to run ads that play on the idea of good genes and whatever to appeal to those audiences. So it definitely doesn't feel innocent, especially with phrases like passed down from parent to child, which obviously echo like certain sentiments when it comes to eugenics and purity and all that crap. But here's the thing, even if they didn't know, which I do not believe, by the way, considering they literally have PR teams and creative teams that are trained for this type of thing to know what's going on around them and to know how to better market their products. It's still, I don't know, it just feels irresponsible. But hey, I mean, all in all, I could be wrong. Maybe they genuinely didn't know. They didn't think it would come off wrong. They would just want to pay homage to that Calvin Klein ad, which was problematic in and of itself for a different reason, but we're not going to get to that today. And they just wanted you to buy some freaking jeans. I like jeans. I'm a denim guy. So, hey, it is what it is. Let me know your comments and thoughts down in the in the comment section. I don't know why I repeated myself. Subscribe for more videos. And most importantly of all, remember to have a good day.